Hello, I'm Patrick Horson for NetSignNews. Thursday, Georgia police reported that a 30-year-old deaf and blind woman died after her sister and brother-in-law severely neglected her over a period of years. Police found Christina Baxter dead on Sunday. Deputies say they saw Buell Peterson carry Baxter into the front yard and place her on the grass. He then refused to let them into the home, and that's when they became suspicious. Richmond County Coroner Grover Tootin said, "You could count every bone in her body, and her hands were drawn in a C shape. She couldn't cry for help, and the people who were looking out for her didn't do what they were supposed to be doing. She was left in her sister's care after her mother died." Investigators say Baxter's sister, Jean, and brother-in-law, Buell Peterson, kept her in a filthy home, starving her for years. The police are calling it the worst case of abuse and neglect that they've ever seen. Over the last 3 years, investigators say Baxter had lost over 100 pounds. At the time of her death, the 30-year-old woman weighed 46 pounds. She was blind, deaf, and unable to feed herself. From wall to wall, from floor to ceiling, filth and stench cover everything. Pig, dog, and cat feces is everywhere. The animals lived and roamed freely in the house, and along with 2 to 3 year old cobwebs which covered many of the ceilings, with trash and food lined all over the floor, with roaches that were too many to count. Investigators, armed with a search warrant, and code enforcement workers with boots and gloves, searched and immediately condemned the home to be torn down. Neighbors made calls about a year ago concerning the smell coming from the house, but until now they had no idea what was hiding behind closed doors. Jean and Buell Peterson are charged with involuntary manslaughter. If found guilty, they could face 10 years in prison.